In terms of the aftermath, Ray, what were you feeling physically for a couple of weeks after that fight?
You know, every day or every night that I had to myself, I would wake up and thank God. I always prayed before a fight. I never ever prayed to win. I prayed no one got hurt. And now, all these years later, how many years was that?
39.
You could have called me on that. You had to say that to the public. But Tommy, I mean, I love Tommy. Just spoke to Tommy yesterday, and we brought the best out of each other.
Yeah, those relationships, friendships, whatever you call them, Ray, they endure after you've been through what you were through on that night. I know you did it again, but it's that one that boxing fans remember.
Yeah, I mean that's one I remember. But they all had their own significance, and that's what it was.
From here, Ray, in that first career, the smile on your face is remarkable, taking us all back in time here. You know, we've all got the different experiences of what we were up to at the time, but you had only one more fight after this before retiring for the first time. You couldn't have thought on that night that you'd fight only a couple of times in the next 6 years between this and Hagler?
No, I mean, now that you brought it up, I mean, it's like, because to think that one more fight, then I retired, which was the most difficult thing to do. And people say, well, Ray, you have fame, you have money. At that point in my career, it wasn't about that. It was about my legacy. It was about fighting the best. It was like wanted to fight Hagler before I called it quits. All those things were factors. And it was tough. I got involved with alcohol and drugs. I was trying to cushion the blows because as much as I had low self-esteem. And I was trying to find that thing that boxing gave me. And I couldn't find that. But it was all within me. You know what I mean? I was trying to find that excitement, that challenge, that honor to be a world champion, to be respected. Guys, that was everything to me. And when I lost that because of the eye injury, I had a partial detached retina. I was lost, man. I was lost.
Ray, were you struggling because the highs were so high since before the Olympics? So you're talking about 5 years of the most incredible highs. I mean, you know, you were Sugar Ray Leonard, and I know this is one of your quotes. You were Sugar Ray Leonard 24/7. Mm-hmm. I know you loved it at the time, right. But that's going to take a toll on any man, Ray.
Without question. I mean, I'm not ashamed. I'm sorry that it did happen, but I'm not ashamed. In other words, when I accepted who I was, I mean, yes, Sugar Ray Leonard and Ray Leonard, the same person, but it's about one being like totally respectful and just, you know, thanking God for, you know, what has happened to my life and coming out of boxing after 50 years somewhat unscathed. I mean, and respected. I try to convey this to my kids, you know, to be respected. Respect is everything. You can't buy respect. But fights like this, man, oh my gosh, I love watching them because it was so much more involved than people can imagine.
And we can tell by the reaction, Ray, as to how these highs like this were so difficult to come down from, because where else could you get that feeling? The moment Davy Pearl steps in, where else can you replicate that feeling of raising your arms? That moment, where else can you get that?
But that's you know what, Mike, that's where I kind of messed up. That's when the cocaine was right, I thought, or the alcohol was right, I thought. But you know what? You just gotta let bygones be bygones. You just gotta accept what has taken place and go with it and be human, be nice.
And we can tell from your reaction here, Ray, and your commentary, you know, guessing the punches that were not guessing, but forecasting the punches that were coming up, that you seem to be much, much happier with it all now.
Without question. You know, God, I lost my dad a year ago, and I thought that when that happened, I would go back to drinking, to drugs and everything. I didn't. I was stronger. I was more, and after what's taking place, my father lived to be 95. And life is what you make it. you know. And you got to also, I do motivational speaking, which I love. And I use boxing. I use fighting as a metaphor. I say, you know what? We get knocked down in life. You need a great corner. You got to believe in yourself, because if you don't, no one else will. Do your version of road work, whatever that may be. And guys, I'm a blessed man, and I want to give back, especially to a sport like boxing, which gave me what I have and what I've become.